As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Y'all two grown people need to get your own house.
Right.
You had 7 years to have told him that. When we fight, who's gonna win?
You are.
I don't answer questions, I ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Objective, independent justice.
I'm ready to rule. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Gillian Robar is suing her ex-boyfriend, Fred Mayer, in the amount of $1,370. Ms. Robar claims Mr. Mayer agreed to care for her plants and says the defendant threw them all away. Mr. Mayer is countersuing for $790.
All right, Ms. Robar, you are suing Mr. Mayer for $1,370 for some plants that you claim he ruined.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you, Mr. Mayer, have countersued for $790 for extermination fees.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so what was your relationship with the defendant?
He was my boyfriend.
Okay, how long were we dating?
About 9 months total.
Okay, how'd you meet her?
I met in the grocery store.
Oh, in the supermarket?
Yeah, no, it was like, it was like one of those like nice, cute situations.
Okay, so were we living together or?
No, we still had separate apartments, houses, and everything like that. So.
Okay, and what do you do for a living?
I'm a sales representative.
Okay, and you, ma'am?
I'm a dental hygienist.
Okay, so how did we come to these plants?
I was moving from my condo that I just bought. I'm renovating it. So I went to a studio apartment closer to my job. So it's about an hour away.
Okay.
So in that process, Mr. Mayer told me he wanted me to spruce up his apartment. And so I decided to surprise him with some of the plants that I had.
So you're saying you never said I need to spruce up my apartment?
No,
you wanted to make it more welcoming?
Okay, wait, we don't do that.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Yeah, we had a discussion about how I would like the house to feel more full, but we were talking about paintings and different affinities like statues and stuff like that. Stuff that just make it look nice. Yeah, I mentioned that it would be nice to have like a sunflower painting or something like that.
Right, but you never said I would love to have some flowers, some plants in my house.
Not even. I'm rarely at the house to ever be responsible for something like that.
All right, so he says he never told you he wanted plants. Did we have a conversation? I would love to have some plants.
Not specifically plants, but to spruce up the house and to make it warmer and inviting. And
so
I
you
had
were giving him the plants then? I mean, if we're sprucing up the house, then you're giving him the plants.
Well, we made an agreement that he would take care of the plants while I was renovating my home.
Okay, so you really weren't giving him plants. You wanted him to take care of your plants.
No, it wasn't like that.
No, it's either you're giving him the plants because you want to spruce up his house, because it's not a temporary sprucing up, right? Let me put these in here so your place looks great and comfortable, but when I'm ready, I'm coming to get them?
No, because we also talked about moving in together into the home that we were renovating.
So it was going.
Wait. Were we renovating or were you renovating?
Well, I was renovating.
So did we ever talk about moving into her house?
No. I mean, maybe a year or two extra down the line, we would have discussed whether we're going to my place, her place, or finding a new place altogether.
So we never talked about moving into this new place
Never
or
talked
anything?
about moving in together or anything like that.
Well, tell me what happened with the plants, though.
Well, and that's the thing. So I'm gone for work, and I come back home to find these plants. No call, no hey,
Nothing.
I was thinking about this,
you just
or
came
text message.
home and found how many plants?
22.
22 house plants?
22 plants. And actually, I gave a video to the bailiff for evidence to just show the amount of plants that there was.
Do we have the video? Let me see the video. All right, so that's how you found your place.
Yes.
And you have a nice place, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So then you find the plants, then what?
Well, I immediately messaged her. And I said, actually, I have the messages right here.
What did you say when you?
Well, I said, listen, I don't want these plants here.
Oh, you told her, I don't want them here.
I said, I don't want these plants here. Please, I don't want the responsibility.
He did.
Yeah, I don't want the responsibility, Your Honor. She hit me with so many things that I had to take care of these plants with. I was like, I don't want this level of responsibility. I didn't know how much she paid for them or anything.
Let me see the text messages.
Okay,
You said that when you got home, you texted her about the plants.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Gillian, why did you put all these plants in my place? I came home and I see 22 plants. I don't have a green thumb. Please take them. You remember this?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is your response, Fred? My renovation started while you were away, and I needed a place to store my plants. It's just a year, and not a big deal. Just talk to them and trim them. I'll give you water instructions. They make your home look welcoming. And you say, I don't want the responsibility. I travel a lot. And then your response, please, I really need your help. Okay.
He said, okay.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
For the 6 months where the plants were there,
Yeah.
there was a tension in the air, and if she wants to deny it, that's fine. But
Right.
there was tension.
And later,
He was okay with me to move in July 1st.
Right.
And I also have the text message here that he texted saying, sorry, can't move in anymore. Like 3 weeks before I was supposed to move in.
Text.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Gillian Robar, who is suing Fred Mayer for property loss.
So how was our relationship? Forget about the plants a minute. It was wonderful?
For the 6 months where the plants were there,
Yeah.
there was a tension in the air, and if she wants to deny it, that's fine. But
Right.
there was tension because I'm literally, every single time I wake up, you know, I used to have this huge window where I could look out the window,
Right.
and it's covered with like
Right.
trees and stuff.
Right.
And so now, you know, and I'm making sly jokes and comments on like, yo, you know, it'd be cool if you could like take half of these to a friend of yours
Right.
or something.
And how come you couldn't find space in this studio apartment for some of these plants?
I mean, I have my bed in there, and it's literally as big as that area there.
It was bigger than my bench. Come on now.
A little bit, but not really.
Did she not have room in there?
I mean, like for all 22, of course not. But I don't think who would have room for 22. And
Right.
if you notice,
I did take some of my own. I had some.
Oh, so how many did you take?
I had about 6.
Oh, okay.
But she ordered a lot of these plants like right around the time when she was renovating this space.
Right. Why would you buy plants knowing you didn't have a place for them?
No, I was in the place that I was renovating. I was there for a little bit before
Right.
before there were things that were breaking, and I said, okay, we just have to renovate everything.
Right, but why add to a renovation situation with plants?
When I was purchasing the plants, and so you're telling the story wrong. When I
not.
purchased the plants, it was prior to me deciding that I would need to move out of the place. I thought I could renovate one room or
Right,
not, but
right.
when I talked to the people that were doing it,
Contractor,
the
right.
contractors, they said you
I
need
just
to
don't
move.
understand why somebody would be buying plants in a renovation. I don't care how far you're into it. You renovate, you just don't bring in plants.
I mean,
And
maybe
that's
that
what I'm
was
saying.
just
Within the
my
third month of
mistake.
us dating.
What was the last straw?
Well, the last straw is essentially the fact that these plants came with gnats. These little small flies that, when they like apparently group together, become like a plague
Yeah,
in this
horrible,
entire
horrible.
apartment.
Fly
And
around
so
your
every
food
single
and
thing,
everything.
and like I even gave you a picture of just one of the plants on how it was covered with all these
Right.
flies and
That's
gnats.
this.
Yeah. And that's just one of them. That's not mentioning the other 21, and then also the fact that half of them are flying in the air at any
Did
given
you
time.
tell her to come get these
I
plants?
told her immediately when it started happening.
You said, "Come get the plants."
I said, listen, you got to remove these gnats. And she's like, it's not a big deal. She was like, I was like, after like a solid month of not being able, she said, put cups of vinegar. I was
Right.
kicking over vinegar because I didn't know the vinegar was on the floor.
Right.
And I was like, my house stunk because of all of these natural elements of I was trying to get rid of these plants.
So he's telling you he's got this gnat problem with these plants.
Yes, and I said, go get an exterminator.
Why should he go get an exterminator for your plants?
And that's my biggest issue with it.
Okay, I see the second set of text messages.
Yeah.
Gillian, please remove your plants. I can't get rid of these gnats. I can't take it anymore. It's been 6 months already. Please take them today. Find someone else to store them. You go, Fred, you agreed to keep them for a year. Did you ever say I keep these for a
No,
year?
I didn't. I hit her with a hard okay, and that okay had levels of what I really meant. She didn't follow up with it. She should have
said
followed
okay,
up. Because, no,
and
because
we
when
had
I say
multiple
yes,
discussions
I say yes,
afterwards.
baby. Of course, I
Right,
got you. I say
right.
endearing statements.
Right.
I said okay with a question and like with an exclamation point.
Which
You
is
know
an
I was
agreement,
upset.
which is
She
an
knew I was
agreement.
upset.
Okay, so what happened with the plants? Why are we here now?
Okay, well that message that you just read.
Right. She said keep them for 6 more months.
Okay, so that for me was the last straw, and so I threw the plants away. Now, when I say I threw them away, I didn't like because she's on the like suspicion
You
that
threw them away.
I dumped them in the garbage.
What
I
did
broke
you do
them.
with them?
I put them outside in the front lawn and right there in the front.
Did you tell her, I am going to put your plants out tomorrow, tonight, next Wednesday, unless you come get them? Did you give her that kind of notice?
I did not.
That's why we're here, Your Honor.
But the issue was I was taking them out. It was pure rage. But now on her, it was for the gnat situation. I wanted to clear up this. I wanted to clear up the gnats.
You know what though? You basically created this contractual obligation because you continued to keep them, and you continued to care for them. And once you took on that responsibility, you had an obligation to give her notice, like something in storage. I've given you notice. You have until this date and time to come get your plants. When she doesn't come, you put them out, but you didn't give her any notice. What's the $790?
That's how much it costs to do just 3 sessions of the gnat removal.
Right. Yeah, I think you were responsible for that.
And I told him I would. And,
All right.
But when he
I'm ready to roll. So $1,370 minus $790 is $580. So the relationship is irretrievably, irrevocably broken.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I honestly, the day that I threw those out was kind of like me just
throwing
kind of
out
done
the
with
relationship too.
Yeah,
just dumping the relationship.
I honestly think she wasn't being considerate in a lot of the requests that she has.
Right.
Then,
Fred, that is not true. You were dishonest about how you felt about a lot of things, and then you just blew up and put everything on me.
I feel like she didn't read the situation at all, because
no,
if she would have, she would have clearly understand that I was upset multiple times.
You could have been a man.
No, see, and that's what it is. So it's like it's.
What did you just say?
I said he could have been a man about it.
He was a man about a whole lot with you. Girl, you wait till you find a man that you think is a man. You had a man right there. He took care of your plans for 6 months. I don't know a lot of men that would have done that. All right, I'm ready to rule. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $580. Good luck to you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $580.
Well, you don't win them all, but I did it. It wasn't his day, not today.
A lot of people think being thoughtful is being thoughtful, and sometimes it's just an imposition.
Coming up,
When he showed me these units, I saw they were both downstairs on the first floor, which I specifically requested a second floor apartment.
Oh, okay.
And also, I noticed they're by the pool.
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Thomas Rust is suing landlord Aaron Portis in the amount of $3,410. Mr. Rust claims he signed a lease for a new apartment and says Mr. Portis refused to honor their agreement, so he had to move into a hotel instead.
So this is a landlord-tenant case, Mr. Russ. You're suing Mr. Portis for breach of a lease. Is that right?
Yes, that's
And
correct.
how do you know the defendant?
I was looking for a new place here in LA.
Okay.
I saw one listed for his complex, and we got in touch, and I liked it. I signed the contract.
So what type of place do you have?
I have an apartment complex close to Midtown LA.
Okay.
It's 2 floors. Each floor has 15 units.
Okay, so it's 30 units.
30 units total. Yes.
Okay, so you were advertising one of these units for rent?
Yes, I was.
All right, so I've been provided a copy of the lease, and the lease that you signed was for this apartment number 101 to begin on July 1st.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
that's correct.
now you had to pay some money when you signed the lease, was that right?
First month's rent and deposit up front. Yes, Your Honor.
Well, that was $3,800
Yes,
that you
it-
paid him up front. May the 3rd you paid him.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so when did you notify him that you now are no longer able to honor the lease?
Okay, well, as soon as I found out, it was
When was it? When
it was
was it?
around the 1st of June.
The 1st
few
of
days
June.
of June, yes. The original tenant who was living in that apartment
Right.
was supposed to move out.
Okay.
And due to unforeseen circumstances, her living arrangement, I guess, in her new place didn't fall through, so
Right.
she wasn't able to move. She's a loyal tenant. She's
Right.
an old lady. She's been there over 10 years.
Right.
So as soon as I found out about that, I informed the tenant. I say to him, basically, unfortunately, I am not able to give you that unit at this time due
Right.
to unforeseen circumstances. And then a day later, I sent him an email.
Right.
And in the email, I said I offered him the 2 other apartments underneath,
Right.
which have a larger square footage, bigger
Right.
floor plan.
For the same amount of money?
Yes, I was giving him a free upgrade.
Coming up,
You gave him back his all the money he had put down.
Yes, I refunded full security
You
deposit
refunded
and
all of
first
his
month's
money
rent.
to
Yes.
him.
Yes, I did.
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Thomas Rust, who is suing Aaron Portis for breach of contract.
You didn't think that this was like an upgrade?
No, Your Honor.
Why not?
I didn't. I'm a work-from-home employee,
Okay.
right? And when he showed me these units, I saw they were both downstairs on the first floor,
Right.
which I specifically requested a second-floor apartment.
Oh,
And
okay.
also, I noticed they're by the pool.
So he offered you these two, and you said, no, I don't want them.
Absolutely. I have the email confirming here
Right.
that he was okay with me to move in July 1st.
Right.
And I also have the text message here that he texted saying, sorry, can't move in anymore. Like 3 weeks before I was supposed to move in.
The text. That is not what I said.
Okay, but wait, let me stop you. That's kind of irrelevant. We already know right now he didn't have the apartment to give you. We know that. That's not in dispute here.
Right.
So 3 weeks before you were supposed to move, did you make any effort to find something else?
Not at first, Your Honor, because
Okay, so tell me, when did you start looking for something else?
about, I'd say, a week or two after he informed me that it wasn't going to happen.
Okay, so still we got about 2 weeks, maybe a week before.
Right.
And did you find something?
I didn't. That's the thing.
Okay, so you ended up moving into a hotel.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and
I have receipts of the hotel
I've seen
storage.
the receipts from the hotel because it was in the file. It's all in the file. I know that. When did you find another place?
It must have been, I think, a month after I had moved into that motel.
That you found another place?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And the other place was the same amount of money?
No, Your Honor, it was a little bit more,
So
unfortunately.
you're paying more money now?
Yes.
So you gave him back his all the money he had put down?
Yes, I refunded full security
You
deposit
refunded
and
all of
first
his
month's
money
rent.
to
Yes.
him.
Yes, I did.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
How much was the hotel?
Hotel was $2,635. Then we have the storage for all my things. That was
Right.
$340.
Right.
And then food, total was $435.
So you're suing him for $3,410. That's representing the place you stayed,
Correct?
and it's representing storing your stuff because you couldn't put it in a hotel room, I guess.
Correct.
And feeding yourself. But those days that you stayed in a hotel would have been days you stayed with him. You don't get to get all the money back that you gave him, plus the money for staying in a hotel, because you were going to have spent $1,900 to stay in his place. So the best I could do is to give you the difference between $2,635 and the $1,919. Now let's go to the storage. Are you still asking for storage?
I am.
Okay, I think you're entitled to storage. $340 for storage. Now let's talk about food. You had to eat somewhere, so I'm not giving you that. We're at $1,056.
Well,
I'm ready to rule. Judging for the plaintiff, the amount of $1,056. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,056.
Well, I guess the California justice system is just as right as I thought it would be after all.
Thank you. Well, the system definitely failed today.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.